minute. Scary.
Okay, everybody look around. Make sure your windows are open. Fans are on. Sun is shining.
Shoes are clipped in. Resistance turned to race mode.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Put your weight to optimal race weight.
Yeah.
Pedal, pedal, pedal.
All right. Yeah, he's close.
Doing some work up on the front.
There you go.
Uniberg up on the front. So before these guys get all the way over, we're gonna jump in with McQuaid here, watch him for some work up on the front. Before these guys get all the way over to Uniberg, the climb here, and start blowing things up a little bit. Let's see if we can go back over to Cycle View and show off a few more of these tools that we've got here. So as we've commented already, you can go to, and I'm going to verify this. You go to cycleview.tv on your web browser, you can get this screen open that I have open here. From this screen, you can select to do pop-up windows. You can do 1 stream, you can do 2 streams, you can do 4 streams. You can choose to listen to audio on any or all of those. There is also down here a place where you can chat. You can put your name in here, you can send a message, you can chat with other people that are watching. We are watching that. Good morning to those over at Mixer too. I do see those messages. As well as those over on Facebook. Kai Barrett, one of our big riders, racers, I believe from the F Zone. About time these guys felt some pain, Kai. I agree. So over here at the Cycle View app, and we've got a little kick at the front, guys. We got a little kick at the front here. Let's see if we can see this. We're gonna go to Wagner's view. Justin gives us a good video view all the time. McQuaid has kicked at the front, and you can see Justin Wagner is on his wheel, and you can see a few seconds behind Justin where we have Hughes, Mizutani, some of those guys trying to bridge the gap. There is now a few guys with a 3 or 4 second gap, and then we're gonna have more guys that are gonna have to try to come across this gap You can see Mizutani's getting across there. Who else is going to be able to bridge this? Looks like Akibe was caught behind this, so let's go see if we can find Sadeo's feed here. And is he going to be able to jump across this? Here he goes, just in time, kicking up 600 watts. Sadeo's trying to bridge this. Yeah, there it goes. It'll clean up the feed just a little bit as you get on it for a second and get to high resolution. Sadeo is kicking, trying to come across that. Looks like he may pull a little bit of a group back with him. Ortiz got across with Sadeo as long as Gagnon and a few others, and I think they are about all back together now. They are still stretched out quite a bit here, but no real carnage. It looks like Okamura is probably the only one that really fell victim to this one. So, good kick by these guys. And it looks like they are just taking swings at one another. So we're going to try to get back to what we were showing you before they decided to light it up a little bit here on the front. So if you want to watch live results here on the right hand side of the screen, you can click here to view live race results. And we're going to click, and pops up a new window. Let's blow this window up here and we can see CVR World Cup League Springs Race C. And in here, these are as the riders ride right now. We can see where they're at. We can choose to see all riders, male and female. We're going to show all the flag, disqualified, DNS. We're going to show everybody. And you can see here the riders that are struck through are typically not in the league or not in the right zone. So someone who is struck through is just not available to get points in the league. They are more than welcome to race and race along with everybody here. This is an open race format. Some people are competing for the league, some are not. Any rider with a video camera next to their name is currently live streaming over at CycleView, and if you were to click on that video camera, you would go to CycleView and get their live stream. So here we can watch their current placing in the pack, their gaps and their times, and you can see back here where you start getting into that gap. Down here you're starting to see riders that have a larger gap. If you want some riders, we click on the A zone here and you can see these are the riders that are competing today. We have Wagner, McQuaid, Ortiz, Scott, Boyko, Mizutani, and Akibe are those that have started this race, and those are the ones that are competing hard for
Hey, Michael.
points. Within the B zone, we've got Mars, Koning, Tex Divine, Heath, Han, Brown. Those guys also racing hard for points. Tex Divine is leading that one, I believe. Moss was one of the ones. Yeah, Moss came in second place and is fighting for that competition there. Jason Flores is leading the C group, and I believe Ringborn is leading the D brackets in current league standings. So this is where you can go to watch the race and see the live stats there. If you want to view league standings from here, you can click on view league standings and you're going to get another window that pops up, very similar to one we were just looking at. Current racers streaming on CycleView, it pops up this window here. It shows you who is actually currently live streaming. This is set up for myself, but I can go over here and I can choose the C zone for men, click on standings, and here are the current standings for the men actively racing, and you can see that here. So that gives you an idea of what you can do to navigate around a little bit within the applications. But we're going to focus back on the racing a little bit and jump back over into our third-party view. Oh, and we, just as I was getting ready to do that, we clicked back to someone else. So we're going to have to restart our Zwift here to get a good view. While we're doing that, let's see if we can find one of these racers to take a look at. Let's jump in with Mizutani. He is in with this front group, racing hard. So we keep an eye on his point of view. To give you an idea of the course here, you can look in the upper right hand side of the screen while we're getting some things going here, and you will notice that at the bottom of that little map that they've got in the upper right hand side of the screen, there's actually a very faint shadow at the bottom of that screen of the topography of the current course that they're on. There is very little up and down in this course, so it's actually very hard to kind of see that gray shadow at the bottom of the current feed that you're looking at. But if you look closely, coming up is a little bit of a dip, about another third of a way, maybe a quarter of a way across the map here. There's a little dip coming up, and coming out of that dip is a point in the map that is probably at the end of the race would be with about a mile to go, and it's a very tough portion in this course anyway. It is one of the toughest portions in this course. It's just a slight uphill for just a few seconds, but it's just enough that if they attack it hard, they can really do some damage to this group. So we're going to jump back into this group. Here we've got the lead group, and we can see here, actually, if we sneak forward a little bit, we've got a couple riders trying to get a little bit off the front here. Nyland getting rolling off the front here at 4.4, and Hughes on his wheel at 4.3. And we're going to look back from Hughes here, and you can see McQuaid kind of pulling across this gap along with Kasuga. And here goes Wagner. And, let's see if we can get a first-person view of this attack that Wagner's doing right now. Let me see if I can quickly get over to his feed. The advantage here is we see that attack go. That critical time that I was just talking about, and they are gonna go back uphill at the end of this. So, and here goes Wagner. Let's see if we can get a first-person view of this attack that Wagner's doing right now. Let me see if I can quickly get over to his feed. The advantage here is we see that attack go, and Justin's feed is just a few seconds behind that. And we're gonna jump over here. Just as Justin's making that attack down into the hill, we bounce back about 30 seconds, and here he goes. So two riders got off the front. And what happened here is two riders got off the front. Justin sat in that pack, and he was just resting. Still going hard, but had a little bit of a kick left in his legs. So he pushes, as soon as they catch that other group, he pushes forward, he attacks. He's hoping that that attempt to close down that attack to that other group softens a few guys' legs, gets them on the back burner, and then you can attack over top of that. So Justin has attacked over top of that, and now you can see here is at the front doing
push tax if you can. Moss is going to be dropped.
This is that little uphill portion, 3-4% gradient, about a mile to go before the start-finish line, where they're going to start lap 2 here, and he's really putting the hurt on the pack now. There's definitely going to be some guys that are going to fall victim to this attack. I'm seeing a few guys already peeled off the back here. Seeing some names. We've got Koenig, Moss, Unenberg, Kasuga, Aldiger. These guys are all dangling off the back here. Jay Flores may lose this pack as well, as looks like just hanging on to the back of it. Gagnon might just make this break. But that looks like what this group is doing toward the back. And Justin is still up there. Looks like some guys have gone around Justin and really put the hurt on at the front. But Justin not giving this up. He's still going right back to the front here. You can see he rolls to the front and kicks again. So Justin putting the hurt on the guys here. Sliding back over, then we are kind of all back together again. We are in this pack, and we're going to slide just back toward the back of this pack. and it looks like we went from about 25 riders to 15 riders in this front group. You can see anybody behind this blue bar at the right-hand side of the screen that you can see has fallen
you just
off
need to
at
look
least
at
2
Heath.
seconds
He's the only one in this
behind.
group to look at.
Names like Hughes, Kasuga,
Heath.
Aldegar, Jay Flores, Unenberg, Moss,
Crap.
Koenig. Those guys all fell victim to that attack. And
I got him marked.
now we are down to 15 riders at the front. You can tell this is 15 experienced set of riders here. Look at all the Tron bikes that are in this group. Guys, you get that Tron bike by climbing the equivalent to basically going to the moon, I believe, uphill in the game. And you can see all these Tron bikes here. So these riders here definitely have a lot of experience within the group. Good morning to those watching over at Mixer. Thanks for dropping in. If you don't know what you're watching here, you are watching live racing on Zwift. This is CVR World Cup racing, the league race, Zone C. Every one of the avatars you see here is a person riding a bike. We have the opportunity to see some of those riders firsthand here in the stream. We'll go over here. We can see we can select from 4 riders here. Try to pull up the different views, and we can go full screen on any of these views we want. Here we can look at Sadeo Akibe riding hard in his rollers over in Japan. Going hard. He is in the front group here. He made that break. He tried to do an early attack with Justin. Didn't get away on that attack, but definitely hurt the group quite a bit. So Sadeo working hard here. Not quite getting the high resolution on Sadeo's feed that we normally do. So we've got Cameron Moss here, who is solo now. Cameron hammering hard. We appreciate him giving us a view over at CVR as well. Nice high quality, high resolution camera there.
Let the other teams pull them back in. And as soon as they pull them in, I want you to counter.
I'm getting some cheers going on over at my own Twitch channel for Go McQuaid. McQuaid for Team Draft is in this front group, and getting some cheers going over there. So we can drop this down and go back over. We got Mizutani here in the front group, as well as Justin Wagner here in the front group. Excuse me. Real quick status update on the ladies race here. Here is a view of our female racers today. We do not have any live streams from the ladies today. Terry Cashmore is leading.
We love you,
and
dude, I'm one of your biggest fans.
Hestvik is in second place, 2 minutes back. No pack racing for the ladies today. Looks like it's the 2 of them battling it out up at the front with about a 2-minute gap. So Terry Cashmore just needs to put this in time trial mode and try to take this one to the finish. Good job to those ladies today, hammering away. We appreciate them coming out to race. Some comments coming in over at CycleView. Newbie question. Can anyone register on CVR races and join these leagues, or do I need to verify my account towards CVR? Victor, anyone can join. You can go check out that link that Yoakum posted there. Thank you, Yoakum. But go to CVRWorldCup.com. You can see at the top there's a league button. You can click that and you can join the league. Also, if you were to go to, and we have this screen that we continue to go back to for you guys while we've got the racing going on. Let's go to a single stream here and get Justin here so we can watch Justin's single stream while we're kind of looking around here. But over here on the right hand side of the screen, you've got a join the league button. So if you go to cycleview.tv, you can click on join the league, and from there you can fill in your information. You can select your proper zone, and they will assign you a bracket, and you can race the league. Right now we are in race number 5 of the spring season. There is a total of 8 races. The best 6 races count for points. So you're welcome to join the league now, jump into those races. You will accumulate points. being that we are already in race 5, you will not be in contention for any of those podium spots for the overall league due to the missed races, but you can jump in there, you can race. You can even jump into these races without registering for the league and just racing for fun. There will be multiple leagues a year, so when this league is over at the end of May, there will be some announcements coming about when the next league will start up, and then everything resets, and it should be back to a league, a season of 8 or so races in a similar format to what we're doing now. So that's a little bit of information about the league and how you can get into it. If you want to come and just watch people suffer, we have these races every 3 hours throughout the day on Tuesdays. So today you will be able to jump over here to Cycle View and watch races every 3 hours. And
5 to 7K out.
Looks like we've got Scott out here riding. We've seen his view a few times. Scott hammering hard here. I can't see for sure. Scott looks like he's riding in the D group here. You can see, thank you Scott for putting some race information across the bottom there. 40 kilometers, 4 laps, elevation of 92 meters. So very low elevation in the race today. 92 meters, pretty much a flat race. You can also look next to riders' names here. Sadeo Akibe has 7 watchers right now. If a rider has set it up, and I believe Justin has, so we'll go back over to Justin's view. You can click to cheer for Justin. If you click to cheer for Justin, you can send him a little cheer, and you can see those scrolling at the upper right-hand side of the screen, where people can cheer for their favorite riders.
20 seconds behind you. That's 80 seconds behind the front group.
And registered for the cheering, they can get their cheers directly on the Cycle View app. So another cool thing there. Patrick, and where is the women's race? I've shown the women's race a few times, Patrick. We have Terry Cashmore and Elle Heston. Really the only ladies in the race today. Pinky Jenny is riding as well. But I'm not sure if she is. I guess she is in the race too. But those are the only 3. There is no pack formed in the ladies' race. So no. No real active high energy racing going on there. I should say that. That's definitely high energy for the ladies because they're working hard. But it's pretty much a time trial at this point. I will keep you posted on how they're going, but they're about 11 miles in. Terry Cashmore is leading by almost 3 minutes. She is solo off the front, and Elle Hestvik is solo by herself chasing. So that is the status of the ladies' race right now. There are ladies racing, but none of them are streaming to Cycle View right now. As you tune in throughout the day, I'm sure you'll be able to see some more ladies racing. Like I said, every 3 hours. So starting in about 2.5 hours from now, we will have Zone D starting and a whole new set of racers going.
Andy, this will be a good race series
Victor,
to warm up.
Thanks for that comment. I appreciate you asking the question. Anytime you guys have questions about what is going on here on screen, anything about the league or the racing,
It'll open them
feel
up,
free
right.
to hit us up here in chat. We appreciate you guys chatting with us. We want to keep information flowing.
If you did better in races, Batman, then I might listen
to our
to you.
viewers on how to race, what the races are about, and what's going on, what you see on the screen.
Well, I am racing.
What you're seeing on the screen right now is my own.
It didn't count for nothing
app.
with you.
And looking at the race live,
down to my mailbox.
see a lot of ODZ jerseys in this front pack. This is the front
I raced
men's
to go
pack.
get my coffee this morning. That was about
This front men's pack has a good number of the leaders of both the A and the B bracket within it. Justin Wagner and Tex Devine right here at the front are the 2 leaders. Tex is leading the B zone, or the B bracket, and Justin is leading the A bracket. McQuaid here from Team Draft is one of the strong contenders in the A bracket. I'm competing there. Along with Mizutani here is a strong contender, as well as Sadeo Akibe here. I believe those are some of your key competitors in this front group. you can see here, not too far back, they can almost see him within sight now. Jason Flores, P. Aldiger, and Kasuga are working hard to catch that up. And this might actually be, if there's not a lot of energy put into this front group, this might actually be a closable gap.
Dude, where's Andy when you need him? That's his forte right there.
Thanks for those comments over at Mixer. Unfortunately, we don't always have the opportunity to go outside and ride our bikes. It is awesome to go outside and ride your bike, but things like weather, Mother Nature, family, responsibilities keep us indoors, and safety as well sometimes keeps us indoors, and people choose to ride in the in the caverns in their home, their pain caves, and that's what you're seeing here. Zwift has built this awesome app along with the CVR team, this racing league, to allow us to do some real competitive racing inside in a controlled and safe environment. So there's definitely some things that are awesome about going outside and enjoying Mother Nature. That is not always the opportunity that we have, and it is pretty awesome that we have the technology and the people with the vision.
Feels like a slow motion pursuit.
Provide us a platform like this and a series like this to be able to do this. So appreciate you guys commenting over there at Mixer. It's great to see you guys over there, and keep those comments coming, those questions coming if you have any. Is there a link to the requirements for the rider video? I've only found streaming bitrate. Board Pilot, I believe right now the bitrate information and the resolution information is the only information published right now for the requirements for streaming. As we go forward, I believe there will be some additional requirements. We're watching this chase right now, guys. You can see that chase holding at 17 seconds. We're going to slide forward because I think this race is getting ready to go through one of those critical moments. But we're going to watch that gap, too. To J-Flow back there, he may catch. I think eventually you're going to see some requirements, additional requirements similar
you think you could bridge to him, Alex?
I'll pull this up to show it to you. I think you're going to see some additional requirements that will ask you to create a video similar to Justin's format here, where the rider camera and the Zwift application are in set places on the screen, so those can be used within broadcasts, and we can pull out cameras separate from the Zwift app and things like that. But currently, what you see in the rules written on bitrate and resolution are the rules that are being used to determine stream points. Which is a good point and a segue for those that don't know. If you are racing the league, those who stream to the CVR World Cup site, cycleview.tv, receive extra league points per race based on their stream. So if they provide the highest quality stream based on the rules put in place, we've got a little bit of attack going off the front here. Nyland is going hard, so we're going to get on Nyland and we're going to look back over our shoulder as he hammers hard here at the front. But those that meet the highest level of stream requirements, according to those rules, will receive 5 points for streaming, and then points are deducted from there for the streamers based on the quality of their video that's provided. That's all laid out there in resolutions and bit rates for how those are scaled to go back from there. So this is that key moment of every lap. Again, we're coming up to the 1 lap to go in about a mile from where we're at right now. And these guys will hammer this hill nice and hard. This is another point. This is where they broke some guys off last lap, and I think they will try to do it again. So let's drop a little bit farther back in the pack so we can kind of get this overall view to see what's going on here toward the back of the pack. You can see they're all kind of up out of the saddle. You can see those avatars changing a little bit as they ride hard, but no one is really attacking us at this point. Everybody holding pretty tight together here. Without this attack, I believe, if I am guessing, I think Team ODZ may be holding steady here a little bit and not doing a lot of work to allow the opportunity for some of these chasers to get back in here. You can see here Jason Flores, but they are not pushing hard at the back here any longer as well. Jason Flores at the front of this group, holding over 4 watts per kilogram, but you can see that gap has went up to 36 seconds. I believe that gap is extending, and I think this chase is pretty much.
Yes, sir, Alex. Bridge, go, 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 go. Hard.
So back over using our tools at CycleView, we are going to see what we can look around on these guys' streams and see how everybody is doing. Still no changes over at the ladies race. We have Terry Cashmore now with a 3.5 minute lead, pushing hard. So we're just gonna scroll through the riders that we have here. Does not look like Jerry Delpert is actively streaming right now. Frank Deal, thanks for that information. I was not aware that that template was available, so I appreciate that. If you have a link to that, Frank, feel free to post that. If not, no big deal. We can try to find that for people. Scott here riding hard. Cameron Moss. And need to get back in to get me a first-person view. Cameron riding here. Cameron has found himself a riding partner here.
5:45. What are you doing awake?
Riding with Koenig and Unberg. Looks like they are about 2 minutes off the lead. Riding hard, still fighting for top 20 position here, I believe. So gonna hold on to that, work as a group. See if they can stay together to the end and win that sprint. Cameron pushing hard. Sadeo Akibe in that front group. One of our CVR World Cup live LA event contenders. You can see here, there's been a little bit of attack at the front though. We lost our regular feed here, so I was trying to get it set back up. So now we've got back in with Akibe. Akibe, Mizutani's a few seconds up. You can see here on Akibe's feed. Really got the hurt going now. We're gonna leave things here because it looks like there's a little bit of action going on.
Oh, come on.
Things are coming back together, but that was a big dig there for the front of this group to try to hold together. And Sadeo's feed's dropping in and out a little bit, so let's see if we can get over to a little more stable. Justin's got a nice stable feed here, and Justin is at the front hammering. Just in time we got over to Justin's feed, and he is on the gas, going hard at the front. So we are in the last lap of racing now. There is 11 kilometers to go, or just over 6 miles to go, 6.5 miles. And they are riding hard. Question over at Mixer, is this with real other players? Yes, this is. Every one of these avatars is a real person on a real bike, similar to Justin that you see here, who has been nice enough to provide us with his first-person camera view. Every one of these racers is in their home somewhere, riding a bike indoors on a trainer that measures their power. These are real efforts by real people. There are no computer bots. There is no simulation here. Justin is continuing to put on the pressure here, guys. I'm going to leave it on Justin's feed here for a little bit.
Thanks for joining in.
Justin is on the gas, hammering hard.
At the beginning of the day.
And I've got a first-person view on Justin, and he is going to make this race painful for everybody. So this is a critical moment around this corner. Everyone slows to about 33 kilometers per hour or 20 miles an hour around that corner, and then out of this corner you have to accelerate. And Justin is accelerating hard here. And you can see now Justin has a big gap at the front. Justin is continuing to hammer at the front here, and
10K to go.
we'll try to get back to check to see what some of these other riders are looking like putting on the chase. Sadeo is holding in there, but he is dangling off the back just a little bit. Where's Mizutani? Let's check out Mizutani to see where he's at. Oh, look at the pain. You can see the pain. You can't even see his complete facing. You can see the pain on June's face. He is absolutely suffering off the back of this pack. Don't give it up. He's got to push hard to get... Guys, there's real drafting in the game. He's losing that draft. He's seeing those wheels right away, but at 182 heartbeat, he can't do it, and there it is. He falls off the back. 15th place. That's going to be all she wrote for June. You can see him hang his head. With 9 kilometers to go, there's just nothing left. You can't do anything about it. If the legs don't respond, you can't go. Here you've got Sadeo still holding on, though. Sadeo holding on tight. Thanks for that link over there, Frank. We appreciate your help.
Man, what is up with these red numbers?
So we're going to get back into the first-person view here that I have going.
9K, let's do this.
Fats Domino asks about the ladies' race. We'll give you a quick update here of the ladies' race. It's going to be very brief. We've got a first-person view of them going. We don't have any lady live streamers in this zone right now. So this is the ladies' race as it stands right now. And I'm not sure why we're getting a little bit of odd shadowing going on at the top of the stream here. But the ladies' race has Terry Cashmore leading Hestvik by just a couple of minutes. Right now they are not really in contention with one another. There's about a 4-minute gap. So no pack racing in the ladies' race today, a small group. So we are not watching too much of that, as it's just ladies doing solo TT efforts. Still excellent efforts for them. Going hard. We appreciate them coming out for the league and racing hard. But not a lot of action in the ladies' race today, as it's pretty much a time trial. So tune in about an hour or 2 hours and 10 minutes back here, and there may be some more women racing at that point, and can have some real women's battles in the race. So every one of these zones brings out a little bit different dynamic of male and female racers, and sometimes we have big packs and sometimes we have smaller groups, and we end up with time trials. So we are monitoring both sides of the race and try to give you as much information as possible. We are on a course that is mimicking a London-based course. So right now, the area of the course that this entire course is in is modeled after real London streets. We go through areas like Trafalgar Square. We go past a park, some places where the Prudential Ride London ride go. I don't know London really well, so it's hard to say, but this is a model after London streets, so there's definitely some familiar areas here. We are in the lead men's group now. And we do have a lot of Tron bikes in this front group, which tells us we have a lot of strong, long-term Zwift riders here. It takes quite a bit of climbing, miles and miles and miles of uphill riding to earn those Tron wheels. You can see a lot of blue Tron wheels, a little bit of pink and orange, purple, yellow in there. Definitely a lot of Tron bikes here. You can see all those glowing wheels in the pack. And then a few guys that have chosen to go with those deep dish 808 wheels. And here we've got an attack from Nate Scott. I'm trying to grab Nate and I can't get him. There he goes off the front, looking back over his shoulder. You can see the orange numbers. When they pop orange numbers on the right-hand side of the screen, that is an effort over 7 watts per kilogram. For any rider, that is an anaerobic effort. Those are efforts that cannot be sustained for more than a minute or two. And this is an absolute all-in attack by Team ODZ. I can promise you that these guys are on Discord. They know what one another are doing. This is a team coordinated effort here.
There you go, Nate.
Every one of the guys that shared
Nice.
jersey with Nate
Nice job.
Scott will know what is
Patience,
going
fella.
on here, and they will not fight
Yeah, one guy
against this
coming.
move of Nate. He is going to go off the front, and the rest of his teammates are going to sit in this chase pack, and they are going to force somebody else to go to the front of this pack and close this gap. They will not close it as a team. So anyone with ODZ in their name, like Justin here, anyone with this Team ODZ jersey on is just going to sit in this draft pack behind Nate as he continues to push. And I will tell you,
Perfect,
when
Nate,
this group,
perfect.
when or if this group closes this down, they will have another bullet loaded up to go for Team ODZ. They are going to be ready to keep swinging for this one, I believe. They have secured their points standings pretty well across their team right now with Tex and Justin, and they are going to light up these races as best they can. Nate Scott continuing to hold 5 watts per kilogram here at the front. 5 watts per kilogram is going to be a very hard effort for any of these guys to hold. It is a sustainable effort for a lot of the guys
There you go,
in these
buddy, it's
races,
going.
but it is an
Steady,
absolutely
steady.
on the limit effort for the remainder of the race.
Repeat, Nate.
You got it, Nate. Come on. Nice and
There are
steady.
more than just London stages, and there's more than just this course on the London map as well. So often when we're on London courses, we're in a hilly area. They've actually chosen a flat course today. So there definitely are different maps in different areas. There's one that resembles Richmond, Virginia. There is this one in London, and then there is one in an island called Watopia that is a completely made up fictitious map that is in an island in the Pacific, I believe. So those are the 3 different maps, and then within those maps there are many different routing options, including mountains and hills. And here goes Hughes trying to bridge this gap to Scott, and
Hughes is coming.
you're going to see some reaction now from Team
Adam.
ODZ, because they are not going to let somebody get across the Nate on their own. By holding on to this move by Hughes, Boyko may take the desire out of Hughes, but he doesn't. Hughes is going to continue to pull, and Hughes is going to string this group together. So now what we're going to prepare for, guys, sorry we were talking about routes, but we're going to talk about the race here for a minute. As soon as they catch Nate, be prepared for somebody to counter this, and I don't know if anybody will, but when you make this contact here, this is a point where everyone's worked hard, and I can see Justin Wagner. I can see it right here. He was kicking up to 6.5 watts per kilogram. He was anticipating somebody countering this, but nobody has. So now they've sat in here. Remember, guys, you can go watch some of these riders first person over at Cycle View. I'll do a quick slide over. You can see you can go over and catch a view like this where you got Justin Wagner. We've got other riders, Sadeo Akibe. They're over here. They are hammering, all in their own pain caves. We got Sadeo's feet up. There's no action yet at the front. We're going to get double streams up here, and we are going to get a stream up of Justin, and we're going to get a stream up of Sadeo. Those are the 2 key guys that are streaming that are in this front group. We're going to leave their streams up, and we're going to go back to our first-person view. But we can jump to them at any point. So they're coming down into this tunnel, guys. This is a key moment toward the end of the race here. At the bottom of this tunnel, it goes uphill. This is roughly a mile to go. This is where things get tough. I'm seeing on Justin's screen right now 3 kilometers to go. At 3 kilometers to go, they are going up this hill, and somebody is going to make this hurt. I expect to see orange numbers here. Nobody's doing it. Nobody's going. Are they going to do an easy finish? There goes McQuaid. They're not quite in the orange numbers, but they're working hard here. I expect to see some heart rates get elevated here, and to do some real work.
Good job.
But this is not a hard finish yet, which tells me that we're either going to have a monster sprint or somebody is going to jump early and go for it. Lax Guy, you are actually racing. These guys are all on a bike, riding real bikes on indoor trainers with some sort of power measuring device, whether it is a smart trainer or a power meter, some sort of
1% doesn't feel flat.
some sort of effort like that. Sure. I am not on a bike right now. I do race. I race often. I've raced in these live events and I've won brackets and races in this league, but I am currently not racing in this race. I plan on racing in the F zone today, so if you want to come back for the F zone, somebody else will be sitting in the commentator's chair and I will be riding. So here we go, coming into the finish, less than 1.5 kilometers to go and no action, guys. We are setting up for a sprint, no doubt about it. We have about a 30-second difference between our live feeds and the cycle view views. So we're gonna watch a little bit here and kind of see how this finish shakes out, and then we should be able to jump back and watch one of these guys really go after a sprint as well. Justin seems to have the highest quality feed here, so we're going to jump back to Justin when the time comes, but here goes the explosion at the front. Another Team ODZ rider, Gagnon, goes with 1K to go, and he's going to jump, and he starts swinging. And here you go, Justin Wagner coming around him. Justin's going to take a swing now. He goes to the front and does a kick and backs off. We're on Justin's avatar now, looking back. You can see it really stringing out. If it stays together, it's a good move for these guys sitting back in the pack. But if they can break it apart, it is trouble for those sitting in the back. And right here, it's about time for somebody to go all in. Somewhere right here at the beginning of the red road, you will see this right-hand side of the screen light up like a Christmas tree. You're going to see red numbers everywhere. Here goes D. Heath from the back of the pack. This is a good launch from the back of the pack, but it's not a big enough number. You need to launch with over 10 watts per kilogram if you're going to go from the back of the pack like that. And there I see it, Justin Wagner with those 14 watts per kilogram. I don't think anybody's going to be able to compete with that. That is a huge number. And there he goes, Justin Wagner for the win, and Akiba in second place. And we're going to be able to watch this firsthand here. We've got Justin with just a 30-second gap in his time, so we can watch him do this sprint live. And here we go. Here's the kick. Right there's the kick. Watch those watts. 1,015 watts. 1160, 1172. He's hammering. You can see him still kicking. 1219. We see a 1219. That is a huge sprint. Look at that face, Justin. Suffering 186 beats per minute. What a sprint. You can see this finish screen come up for Justin. Justin takes the win. Akibe second. McQuaid third. Ortiz down there in 6th place. Those guys are the ones really competing for the points. So big sprint by Justin. Well done to Sadeo. Let's click over here to view the live race results. Makes mental note. What is this? Kai Barrett over here. Mental note not to chase Zimmerman later. Yeah, Kai Barrett, he races in the D zone. So let's get these up here for nope, that's not what we want. We have got too many screens open, guys. Sorry for the confusion here. So we were opening up. If we go over to these live standings now and we look at league only for the A zone, these racers have finished now, so we can see their finishing order. Justin Wagner, Sadeo Akibe, McQuaid, Ortiz, Boyko, Scott, Mizutani. That is the finishing order for those that are finishing in the A bracket. Those are the order that the points will be awarded, and those with a video camera next to their screen will get a little extra points for their stream, anywhere up to 5 points depending on the quality of their stream. In the B group, Darren Heath beats out Tex Divine.
That was a good sprint, Justin.
And it looks like Heath was also in for the points. And Heath is in a good position for points in this B group, it looks like right now. He has raced one less race than Tex Divine, but his average points per race is very similar. So it looks like Darren Heath, Tex Divine, and Cameron Moss are in a really good battle here for the front of the B bracket for the men. Jason Flores comes across the finish line first place in the C bracket, and he has that bracket in really good control right now. And Thomas Ringborn racing in the D bracket, and he has him and Urista are battling hard in that D bracket.
If you didn't want
So
to give
that
people
is kind
ride-ons,
of how
that's
the
why you put
racing
buttons there.
breaks out today
You didn't
for
want
the
to give
men.
ride-ons.
We've got Scott Urista, one of the D bracket racers, still riding out here. Looks like they are riding together. We'll see if we can get a little bit of a boost in his see if it'll kick up his
Dropping a Moss.
Back here.
trying to get a little
You finished
better
behind me,
resolution
too.
on Scott here.
That's
and,
4 minutes behind you. 4 minutes behind you.
see if we can follow
Yeah,
Scott.
4 minutes.
Alex, your jump was
For the
perfect, 'cause I'm
ladies,
pretty sure
not much to report over
Ortiz
there. We've got El
thought that
Hestevik.
you were me for a second.
Following along
you know,
riding.
you went really hard to get on your wheel, and then when you let up,
Another
he
A
was like,
rider, Terry Cashmore,
"Oh,
is
what? I'm on the
enough
front?"
ahead of Hestevik.